Hello, my name is Baylee Hess. I am your 2020 to 2021 State Officer of Public Relations for Kentucky FCCLA. This is your Public Relations Officer training, and I am so excited to be sitting down in front of this camera with you all. You might want to get a piece of paper to take some notes today, or put it in your notes on your phone, or open a Google Doc and type up some notes there, whatever fits you best. But there's just some things I want to talk to you guys about today. But first, I want to start with reading you my letter to you all. So, dear Vice President of Public Relations, congratulations, you did it. You worked so incredibly hard to get to this point, and Kentucky FCCLA is so proud of you. You are one of the many things that makes Kentucky FCCLA so incredible. I want to start off by saying I know that it's disappointing to have such an amazing leadership position at this time. The state of the world doesn't allow us to get together and run this organization the way we dreamed of, but Kentucky FCCLA always makes magic happen. You will make magic happen. Right now, it is extremely important to keep in touch with your fellow officers and the leaders around you, so check on them often and collaborate with them to come up with some ideas. Although you should be keeping up with your duties and making sure things are running smoothly within your office, remember that you are the most important thing right now. Times are tough, I know. But always participate in self-care activities and set time aside to do something that makes you happy and calm. I say it now and I'll say it again. Never hesitate to contact me with any questions, concerns, or comments that you may have. Whether it's about FCCLA or you simply need someone to talk to, I will always be here. In our officer training, I want to talk to you about our statewide 2020 to 2021 officer goals, your public relations handbook, and how to prepare a good social media post. I wish you all were sitting here in front of me so I could give you goodies and have a real discussion, but this will have to do for now. I hope you all enjoy your officer training session and you take some important information away from it. Like I said, I know you all will make magic happen this year. I look forward to interacting with you and maybe seeing you all in person one day. All right, now we are going to talk about the Kentucky FCCLA 2020 to 2021 state goals. This is something that we should especially be listening to since a lot of what we are doing this year is going to be virtual and done on social media. And for the most part, we do help run social media. So it is very important to pay attention to this. So maybe write this down, take some notes. So our first goal is all regions will maintain an active social media account by posting at least once a month beginning September 1st of 2020. Post once a month at least, and it can be chapter highlights, it could be about star events, it could be about deadlines coming up in your region, it could be member spotlights, officer spotlights, anything that you find interesting. Just make a post about that and post at least once a month. Our second goal is 75 chapters participate in the statewide virtual membership week to increase membership. Our third goal is 90 chapters complete random acts of kindness to promote the Ray of Sunshine Foundation and increase mental health awareness. So Ray of Sunshine Foundation is our community service project for Kentucky FCCLA. The Ray of Sunshine Foundation is all about mental health awareness and the stigmas surrounding mental health. And so we are challenging chapters to complete random acts of kindness to promote that throughout the school year. Then our fourth and final state goal is increase the number of chapter honor roll submissions that 50% receive a gold status. So your honor roll is basically what you did throughout the year with your chapter, and we encourage you to record what you do and to submit your chapter honor roll. All right, now we are going to jump into the Public Relations Handbook. The Public Relations Handbook has basic information for our office, such as the opening and closing ceremonies, FCCLA facts, our mission, our purposes, and many more things that you may find important. One of my favorite parts about the handbook is that it shows what makes a bad leader and what makes a good leader. I want you to take a moment to write down or think about characteristics of a good and bad leader. No leader is perfect, and we can always improve, but refer back to the handbook to see characteristics of good FCCLA leader. I'm going to stop for a minute to write down things that I think make a good leader and a bad leader, and I will show you what I come up with and we will talk about that. All right, so I just took some time to write down what I think a good leader is and what a bad leader is. And personally, these are things that stand out to me and things that I think should make a good leader. So the first characteristic I want to talk about is punctual. So things that make a good leader is that a good leader is punctual, a good leader is always on time, and a good leader always finds ways to be on time and work around obstacles that they may be facing. And a characteristic that a bad leader has is that they are never on time. They never communicate when they will be somewhere, if they will be late to a meeting. They never let anybody know. And they are just simply never on time and never make the efforts to be on time. The next thing that I want to talk about that makes a good leader is that good leaders are selfless. Good leaders don't only think about themselves. Good leaders think about who they are leading. Good leaders think about their audience and how what they are doing affects their audience. And a bad leader is selfish. They only think about themselves. They only think about their own well-being, and they don't think about what they are doing and how it can affect who they are leading and who looks up to them. And then the last thing I wrote down for what makes a good leader is a good leader knows all about their leadership position. So it is important, if you are in a leadership position, to know what you're doing and know your basic duties and know what you should be doing almost at all times and good ways to lead the people that look up to you. And then a bad leader knows minimal information about their leadership position. So they didn't take the time to research what they should be doing. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and they don't care to learn about what they're doing. They're simply just doing what they're doing for the title. So there are a lot of good things that make a good leader, and there's also a lot of characteristics that a bad leader can have. Like I said, not every leader is perfect. So if there are bad traits that you have, or if there are some things that you can improve on, then I would recommend working on that and writing down in an agenda or writing down a schedule, things that can really improve yourself as a leader and really make your leadership experience that much better, not to yourself, but also to your audience, to the people who are looking up to you. All right, now let's talk about the duties of your office and what you should be doing, what you should be looking for, and what you should be preparing for. So we know that public relations is about getting the word out about FCCLA, promoting FCCLA, and making FCCLA look good on social media. So you could provide leadership in planning and implementing the organization's public relations programs. So that could be writing a newsletter, or that could be posting something on social media, things like that. You could gather information and write press releases, but for regional and chapters, I would recommend writing things on social media posts, or maybe if you have a local news outlet, like for me, it's News Enterprise, you could see about writing an article for your local newspaper. Make announcements on behalf of the organization. So if there is something that is going on in your chapter or region, or if there's a deadline coming up, just make sure that those deadlines are released and that these announcements are released so everybody knows what they should be doing, and so we can keep our members up with all the activities we have going on. We should be working with advisors in the community to increase the awareness of FCCLA and students' involvement in various activities. So, like I said, just work with the people around you, work with fellow leaders to make sure that all this information is getting put out and to make sure more people are learning about FCCLA every day. Publicize your meetings and events of the organization through flyers, announcements, and memos. So if your chapter or region is hosting something, put up flyers, promote that on social media, promote that maybe on your personal social media. Just make sure that everything is getting put out there for everybody to know, so everybody knows what's coming up with FCCLA. And always always take photos at events. You don't want to be short on these photos because it is your duty to promote FCCLA and to show everybody what FCCLA is doing. So what better way is there to do that besides posting videos and posting photos from those events? Maintain any social media accounts. So maybe if you're a chapter officer for public relations, maintain your chapter social media account. And if you don't have one, I highly encourage you to make one, of course, with your advisor's permission. And then serve as a chairperson of the Public Relations Committee. So I am the officer that is above the Public Relations Committee, so you'll be working with me this year. And I am super, super excited to do this with you all. Yeah, and those are the basic duties of your Public Relations office. If you have any questions about those or if you need some clarification, of course, don't hesitate to contact me, and I will be leaving my email and my phone number at the end of this video for you. The final thing I want to talk to you guys regarding the handbook is the program of work. Your program of work is extremely important. If you've never heard of the program of work or want some clarification on that, your program of work is a guide for your FCCLA school year and should be completed every year by your chapter. Or if you were a regional officer, that should be completed by your region. Your program of work should be completed closer to the beginning of your school year, but I understand times are tough right now. So just get to working on that and get to planning out what you would like to do with your chapters and your regions. Write that down. And a lot of questions are, what can you include in your program of work? So some examples of things that you can include in your program of work are fundraising activities, membership promotions, curriculum-related project, social events, public relations events, business meetings, competitive events, and many other things. And a program of work template can be found in your handbook, or your advisor may have one of those. Just fill out your program of work, get to thinking about what you want to do this year, especially everything that you want to do virtual, since we don't know what our future holds. Get creative, get to thinking about what you can do virtually with your chapter or your region. All right, guys, now I want to talk about social media. During the school year especially, social media is going to be your main outreach to members. It is important to make original content that is engaging, that's important, and that is creative. The first step of jumping into your role of public relations, especially with social media, is to find what works for you. After research, after experimenting with many things, I recommend using Canva. I absolutely fell in love with Canva. They have pre-made templates that you can edit to your liking, and the end result is so professional looking. On Canva, you can create an account and make a team, which makes it so much better. Canva is free, and being an officer is all about teamwork. So invite your fellow officers to be on your Canva team. Invite your advisors to be on your Canva team. Team up with your advisor so they can tell you what they would like to see in a post, or team up with a fellow officer so they can let you know what they would like to see in a post or a caption. For example, if the post is promoting a community service event, team up with your officer of community service to see what they want to see on the post and see what adjustments they would like to make. Always get approval from an advisor before posting anything on your social media account. That is your FCCLA social media account. When creating a post and caption, always use proper capitalization and grammar. You want your audience to understand what you're saying. So next, I'm going to show you some of the examples of posts that I've created on Canva, and I want you to make something on Canva to post on your FCCLA social media accounts, whether that's an introduction for this year or just anything that you want to include on that social media account. I want you to make something on Canva, see how you like it, explore the options on there, and get approval from an advisor to post that on your social media account. I had a lot of fun making this video for you all. I hope this session was informational. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you take something away from it. I hope to see you all one day safely in person, but virtually will have to do for now. The next slide will show ways that you can contact me. If you have any questions or concerns about today's session, or you simply just want to talk or have any personal questions for me, don't hesitate to shoot me an email or text message. Just make sure you include your name, where you're from, and of course what questions that you may have. I know you all will do amazing this year. I know you all will make magic this year. And remember, the tough times will pass.